Hey, all you Golden Eagles, you're listening to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. I'm your Tuesday, Thursday show host, Skylar Angus Barker. We've got a great show coming up with some information about Helen Grant talking about parents supporting their journey through sports, and Zion Cochran reporting the brass band on campus. But don't touch that dial because Emily Thornton from TSA will share some things that you don't want to miss. You're listening to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online. Sponsorship comes from American Graphics. Located at 8 Commercial Warehouse Drive in Hattiesburg, American Graphics provides custom screen printing and embroidery. They can be reached by phone at 601-602-2277. And the website is goamericangraphics.com. American Graphics, printing at its finest.
Welcome back to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. In USM Campus News, School of Media and Communication hosting Strategic Communication Week, the University of Southern Mississippi School of Media and Communication is hosting its second StratCom Week from October 17th to 18th, which features 2 guest alumna professionals in a range of events such as a video contest, alumni and professional panel sessions, and portfolio review sessions. A Student Media Center open house was also held October 16th as part of the week's schedule of events. The culmination of StratCom Week will be the PRSSA Mixer October 18th from 4 to 6 p.m. in College Hall, where students from all majors are welcome to participate, network, and gain insights from alumni and professionals while enjoying refreshments. Alumna panelist profiles included the following: Kate Yee, Executive Director of Women's Advancements and Equity Communications at the Estee Lauder Companies, and Jasmine Tate, a Senior Marketer and Communications Manager at Tiger Woods Education Nonprofit, TGR Foundation. USM's Ocean Engineering Program aids student success through industry internships. The University of Southern Mississippi Undergraduate Ocean Engineering Program in the School of Ocean Science and Engineering sets students up for success during their time at the university and beyond graduation, with each student participating in at least one ocean engineering industry-related internship. Each internship allows students to network and experience real-world careers before graduation. Dr. Robert Leaf, Interim Director of SOSE, emphasized the benefits of undergraduate internship opportunities for students in the program. Dr. Leaf goes on to say, "Learning really takes place by action and can best be done by our putting students in the role of an early career professional. Internships prepare our students to be immediately employable and valuable in the workforce." In Hattiesburg news, Hattiesburg Zoo announces birth of 2 new hyena cubs. The Hattiesburg Zoo announced the birth of 2 hyena cubs this past Friday evening. The zoo said the cub's mother, Peely, is doing well and has taken on her mothering role with much dedication. Kristen Moore, the zoo's animal curator, expects Peely will be caring to the new cubs as to her first cub, Keto, whom she gave birth to in October 2022. Moore continues by saying, "Peely was a wonderful mom to her first cub, Keto, and we were expecting her to immediately care for these cubs, which she has done. Peely is nursing these cubs, and they are both eating well. It is still very early in the process, but we are very pleased with their bonding." In Mississippi news, 6 teens charged after Mississippi school burns to the ground. 6 teenagers have been arrested and charged, and 1 teen is still on the run after a school in Drew, Mississippi was burned to the ground. The teens are actually accused of setting 2 separate fires at the vacant school. The first fire was set on October 14th and extinguished by the Drew Volunteer Fire Department with minimal damage. The second fire was set the following day and caused the structure to completely burn and collapse. Although the school was no longer being used, it was in the process of being added to the historical register in Sunflower County. Following an investigation by the Mississippi State Fire Marshal's office, the Drew Police Department arrested 4 15-year-olds and 2 14-year-olds. They are all charged with 1 count of first-degree arson and 1 count of trespassing. All are confined to their homes pending their court appearance. In national news, the president announces Gaza a deal after Israel trip. President Joe Biden returned to the U.S. overnight after a trip to Israel, which he offered his backing to the country after the Hamas attack and announced a deal with Egypt to allow humanitarian aid into Gaza. Biden's visit was overshadowed by a deadly explosion at a Gaza hospital on Tuesday that was fueled protests across the Middle East and hampered diplomatic efforts. The U.S. had offered public backing to Israel's insistence that the blast was not the result of the Israel airstrike, with the U.S. officials and Western military experts telling NBC News that it was likely a misfired Palestinian Islamic Jihad rocket. The Palestinian Health Ministry said 471 people were killed in what is called a targeted Israeli bombing of the hospital. More than 3,700 people have been killed and more than 13,000 have been injured in Gaza. In Israel, 1,400 people have been killed and 3,500 wounded. We'll be right back with sports and weather after a word from our sponsors.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online. Join Southern Miss Radio on Sunday mornings from 6 a.m. till noon for Sunday Brunch. You'll get jazz and swing music from artists as wide-ranging as Bix Beiderbecke to Brad Meldau, from Dippermouth himself to Esperanza Spalding. But relax, you don't need to know anything about the music to enjoy it. It's a great way to wake up on Sunday morning. Sunday Brunch from 6 a.m. until noon on Southern Miss Radio.
Welcome back to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. Now on for your sports. Soccer slated to take on an App State on the road today. The Southern Miss soccer team will play their second-to-last road regular season game against App State at 5 p.m. today in Boone, North Carolina. App State holds the upper hand in the historical head-to-head series, with their sole victory occurring last season in Hattiesburg. Let's go, Eagles. Volleyball travels to Arkansas State for a pair of conference matches. Southern Miss Volleyball begins a 4-game road stretch, starting with a pair of matches in Jonesboro, Arkansas, against the Arkansas State Red Wolves on October 19th through 20th. The Golden Eagles will start playing in the First National Bank Arena on today at 6 p.m., followed by a second contest at 6 p.m. tomorrow. Let's go, Eagles. Calling all Southern Miss fans, we've got an awesome opportunity for you. Head on down to Brewski's Monday, October 23rd at 6 p.m. to meet your 2023-2024 Golden Eagles men's basketball team. To keep up with all the Golden Eagles sports activities, head on over to southernmiss.com. Now on for your weather. Look for partly cloudy weather today with highs in the upper 70s. Overnight, look for partly cloudy skies with lows in the lower 60s. Sunny skies are expected for Friday with highs in the lower 80s and lows in the low 50s. These sunny skies should continue into Saturday with highs in the lower 80s and lows in the mid-50s. Sunday looks partly sunny with highs in the lower 80s and lows in the mid-50s. Up next, we have Helen Grant talking about her parents supporting her journey through sports. Check it out.
This is Mississippi Moments, produced by the Center for Oral History and Cultural Heritage at the University of Southern Mississippi and supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. I'm Bill Ellison. Growing up in Catala, Georgia, Helen Grant was always involved in sports. She remembers her parents' unwavering support through high school, college, and beyond.
As far as athletics is concerned, my parents were always there. When I started playing basketball in high school, they followed me to every ball game, unless my daddy had something to do with the military, or actually what he did was went around and inspected all the National Guard armories in the state, and he would plan his trips around where we played basketball so he could be there. That went into college my freshman year when I played at Rome, Georgia at Berry College. He was even at a practice game we had in Tennessee, which was about 6 hours away from my parents. So they were there. Now, when I came to Southern my sophomore year, it was a little more difficult for them to make it to a lot of the games because it was so far away. But they still tried to make it to quite a few games. And even once I started coaching, they tried to come over and watch us when we played volleyball or especially softball. They came and watched when I coached softball a good bit.
To hear more, visit MississippiMoments.org or just like us on Facebook. Mississippi Moments is supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. The humanities are for everyone.
That was Helen Grant. Coming up, we've got a special guest that you don't want to miss.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online.
Put a frog in boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in cool water and slowly heat it up, that frog will boil. As veterans, we tell ourselves the lie that we can handle anything. We let the water boil. You are not a frog. If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach. Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. Now, please give a warm Golden Eagle welcome to Emily Thornton from the TSA. Hey, how are you?
Hey, how are y'all?
I'm doing pretty okay. So, just first off, for anyone who doesn't know you, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Emily Thornton, and I am the coordinator for Transfer Student Success, and I'm located in the Center for Student Success in the Cook Library on the first floor, and where you go into the Learning Commons, and you just keep walking straight to the far back, and you're going to run straight into our office. So I actually serve as the advisor for TSA, which is our Transfer Student Association. We actually had our first induction ceremony in several years for Tau Sigma, which is our Transfer Student Honor Society. We inducted 44 new members last night. And then I'm also the advisor for Transfer Transitions, which is a peer mentorship program on campus that connects peer mentors to other transfer students and helps them get acclimated on campus. So anything to do with transfer students, it usually runs through my office. And this week is actually National Transfer Student Week. So we're promoting transfer students and really supporting their journey and building their connections on campus.
Absolutely. And we're actually talking a little bit about how it is National Transfer Week, and that's an amazing thing to consider for our students. And it's also something that I'm sure a lot of students didn't hear about, because I know for me, I am a transfer student that came into USM from MGCCC. And whenever we were talking about that, I went like, I didn't even know we had a National Transfer Week.
And that is exactly why we bring National Transfer Week. We have previously hosted that on campus, but it has not been such a big highlighted event. So this is actually my first time on campus at USM to be here to be the sponsor host for the week. So I wanted to give an opportunity for no matter who you are as a transfer student or not, for you to be aware that it is the week and that is a week to highlight our transfer students. So, you know, like you said, not everybody knows about everything going on, but it's not too late to get involved and get involved in things for students. We actually we are partnered this year with the Student Alumni Association. And so tonight we're actually co-hosting an event. We co-hosted an event on Tuesday night with the Transfer Student Association and the Student Alumni Association, which was a festival. We brought students together. We fed them. We had opportunities for giveaways, and then we also had opportunities for them to paint miniature pumpkins and take them home with them. So we had over 120 pumpkins, and they were all gone. We had no food. We had no giveaways, anything left. So an opportunity to give that back to those students was just an amazing opportunity that we have for Tuesday. And then this evening in Southern Station, we are going to have a mixer where we've invited past alumni to come back to campus. We've invited faculty and staff that were transfer students or just have a really big heart for transfer students to come together in Southern Station. And then we've invited transfer students. Any transfer student is welcome to come and actually have a mixer and a chance to meet with faculty or staff or other members of the community that were alumni, that were transfer students, that really want to pour into these students and give them opportunity when they graduate to go and be successful and give them opportunities that maybe they just wouldn't have. And so that's what this week is for, to build those connections.
Absolutely. That's absolutely fantastic. And I know that there's a lot of Golden Eagles that are listening that probably just took a huge weight off their shoulders going like, this university and college is all a big thing, and I've got like midterms that I just finished, and it's all like so much to handle. But it's so great to have a foundation here that's dedicated to going, no, you can tell us how you feel, you can tell us about what's going on, we're going to make sure that you succeed.
Absolutely. And that's what we're there for the Center for Student Success. We serve a diverse population. We do not just serve transfer students. We serve first-year students. We serve first-gen students. But this week we do focus on transfer students because sometimes you just get lost in the crowd. And,
100%.
And you've gone through all of your prerequisitions. You've already taken, Comp 1 and all of the college algebra and the things that you take your first couple of semesters in college. And so when you get here, you know what you're wanting to do. You know your area that you're trying to go. You're ready to steer your own wagon. But sometimes you just don't have the tools and the resources to do that. Well, we're there to help you get those resources, get you connected to those things, and let you achieve whatever your idea of success is. And that's really what I get to do every single day. And it's a joy to be able to work with these students, but it's also fun to just kind of let them come up with their own ideas and get out there and have fun, but also see them succeed in whatever idea that is for their individual growth.
To actually continue off of that, what you just said is about these experiences that you have of being able to watch all these students and help connect students together. Has there ever been like a specific moment for you where you looked over and you went, I'm so lucky that I have this position, and I'm so glad that we're doing it here?
I think this week actually has, I have a couple of moments before this week, but I think this week at our TSA event, whenever we were to be able to bring two organizations that are one is specifically for transfer students, and then the Alumni Association has a heavy population of transfer students, and we could bring those together, and it wasn't just about, oh, well, this is exclusive for this or this is exclusive for this. It was, you're a student here and you matter, and be able to see just lines of students walking through Spirit Park that was like, hey, I want to join, I want to be a part of this, and to be able to know that we could touch, a multitude of students. It doesn't matter who you are or where you're from. It doesn't matter where you transfer from. You are a Golden Eagle, like you said, and we're there for you, and we're providing you a space. And, midterms are hard this time of year. The seasons are changing, and people are getting acclimated to campus. And it's like, your classes, where you're going, you have your routine. But if we can provide you an opportunity to connect with an alum, or you can provide you an opportunity to paint a pumpkin, just to kind of let off a little bit of stress in the middle of your busyness, that's what we're there for. And we're trying to give everybody an opportunity, whether you came here as a freshman or whether you came here as a sophomore or junior. We don't care. We want to just give you an opportunity to connect, to get the resources, but also have a little fun along the way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I know that we mentioned it a little bit earlier about how it is National Transfer Student Week. And I was just wondering, because we were already talking a little bit about the opportunities that already were taken, but are there any other opportunities this week that we can expect?
Yes. So tonight at 5:30 in Southern Station, we hopefully we'll have some alumni come back that were transfer students, and maybe some that weren't, that just really have a heart for transfer students. We are inviting faculty and staff who were transfer students, or again, work very closely with the transfer student population. We are also inviting students that want to come and meet with faculty or staff, or someone who's kind of gone through that transition. And maybe you're someone that's like, I'm going to graduate in December, or I'm going to graduate in May, and I really don't have a connection to anybody outside of this campus that I want to get to know so I can succeed. After I complete my undergraduate degree, we're trying to build those opportunity. So tonight at 5:30 in Southern Station, it's going to be hosted by the Center for Student Success and the Alumni Association. And then if all of our transfer students, which there are about a little over 4,000 on campus at the USM campus alone, all of our students are going to get a treat ticket and through their inbox into their emails, their USM email. It will come directly from me, and it will be something that is unexpected. We're going to do a little giveaway tomorrow. It's going to be called a treat ticket, and I don't really want to give too much away. But Mary Beth, who is the advisor for the Student Alumni Association, and myself will be sitting out in Shoemaker Square tomorrow.
Yeah.
And if you bring your treat ticket to us, you will be able to trade it in for something that is going to be paid for by the Center for Student Success and the Alumni Association. And so they can expect those into their emails, and we're doing that on Friday. We recognize that actually Friday is Junior Preview Day as well, so we're going to be a very busy office. So that's why we're going to be out where the students are kind of crossing by, so that way they don't have to get caught up in everything in the Union and the Thad Cochran Center, because we know that place can get super busy. We want to give you a space that is completely separate. It's going to be a beautiful day, and we ask all of our transfer students just to come out and connect with us, get to know us, and give us a chance to get to know you so that we can tell your story, and maybe give you an opportunity to get connected to maybe a peer mentor or even be a peer mentor yourself. Those are some opportunities that sometimes transfer students don't always get, and that's the one place that is exclusively for transfer students as you transfer into the university.
Right. Actually, you brought up the transfer transitions like mentor program.
That's right.
And I actually was hoping if you could dive a little bit deeper into that for students that want to take that position.
Absolutely.
What can they do?
Okay, so we typically hold interviews for our mentors in the spring semester getting ready. We actually work together all summer long, and we prepare you to be a peer mentor. We go through some training as far as what is a peer mentor, the do's and don'ts, and then actually kind of what to expect along the way.
Right.
And then we pair you with anywhere from 3 to 4 students that are incoming transfer students. I try to find as many similarities as possible. Did you come from the same school? Do you have similar majors? Are you going to be within the same school of study? Things like that. And if it comes down to you don't have anything in common with any of those mentees, we go kind of off personality assessment, kind of what are some things that you have in common. We pair you up with some mentees, and you meet with them 3 to 4 times throughout the semester, and you report in how things are going. And then if there is a higher concern and you're like, hey, I think the student is struggling a little bit, you can implore us at the Center for Student Success to step in and have those harder conversations if needed.
Right.
But really it's meant to give those new transfer students that are coming into Southern Miss, they may simply not know where their classes are. They may not know, a specific way to take these courses or how to get acclimated to in their field of study. And that's what it's meant to do, is meant to build those connections for them. And really just give them a place we have transfer students every day that come in and they're like, oh, I know all of these people at this school. But I know no one at Southern Miss. Or they're coming into Southern Miss and they know all of these people, but no one's in their same major or no one's in their same interest group or anything like that. So we try to give them an opportunity to connect with somebody who is in their group. So we think about it as planting a seed so that it can grow and give them an opportunity to grow and to be a peer mentor themselves, to kind of give back. So we have 15 this year that are active, that are peer mentors, and they are phenomenal. I mean, we are having meetings every single day, and they are getting to know each other, and they're building those connections. And so this opportunity is something that we reactivated in the spring, and we really kicked off in the fall, and it is grown. And so any opportunity that someone wants to be a peer mentor to another transfer student, we will have those applications opening back up in the spring. And all they have to do is go to our website, or they can go to one of our social media pages, and it will connect them straight to the application. All they have to go through is an interview process, and we'll get you connected with peer mentors. So it's pretty easy process, but all we ask is that our peer mentors have a heart for other people, that they want to give back, and they really just take themselves and remember what it was like for their transition into the university, and then they turn around and they give back to other students, because you never know what difference you can make in another student's life.
100%. And that's absolutely fantastic, because I know whenever I first transferred to USM, it was exciting, of course, but it was something where there was so many new things that I didn't even get to hear about.
It's scary, right? You never know when you may make a connection that can really kind of change the trajectory of kind of where you're going.
100%.
And so it's nice to be able to watch those students' journeys and know, the ins and outs of, hey, actually you made this connection because of this program, and you were able to make a success out of it. So I was a transfer student as well. I went to Jones and then transferred to a 4-year university. So it was just a moment that I was able to appreciate being able to work with this population, because I didn't get as connected as I should have at my 4-year institution. And so being able to provide those opportunities and get the word out to any transfer student is, I just think, number one, is super important, but also it's kind of more, it's my job, but it's also kind of a little bit of a passion project because, I didn't, not that I wasn't afforded those opportunities, I didn't take advantage of them. And so I want to give everybody that wants to take advantage of every opportunity a chance to do that. And if that means that we grab more peer mentors so we can have more mentees, we are welcome for anybody who wants to jump on the train.
That's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And I know that we are running a little bit out of time, but I know that I just have one last thing that I was looking up that I just wanted to check with you about.
Absolutely.
That I've heard about this, like, there's applications every spring semester for the TSA executive team.
Yes.
What can students expect to, like, whenever they would join that?
Absolutely. So through TSA, we have several different leadership opportunities. So there's a leadership team, which actually supports our executive board. And then we have the TSA exec board, which is a president, vice president, media relations chair, recruitment chair, and then a secretary. And those are our leaders of TSA that they plan the events. They set the agendas. They set our general body meetings. Those students on campus literally get together and they say, we want to do this, Miss Emily. Can we do it? And I do pull every string possible to make it happen. And they're the ones who plan the festival. They're the ones, they're going to have a game night later in the semester. They've already had a paint party in this semester. And then they have some things in the spring as well. So in the spring, we will be opening up the exec board positions for TSA, and then they will open up about anywhere from 10 to 12 positions for the leadership team as well. So we have leadership opportunities for transfer students that are not always available to them as they come into the university, and this is just a way that we can do that through these two organizations.
That's absolutely fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Emily Thornton, for coming on from TSA and providing a voice for our Eagles. If you're interested in learning more about the Transfer Student Association, you can join their mailing list by searching USM Transfer Student Association on your search browser. Also, stop by Southern Station tonight at 5:30 for a wonderful moment of community, and check those inboxes for those treat tickets, and stop by Shoemaker Square tomorrow for a little gift. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you.
Coming up, we've got Zion Cochran reporting on the brass band performance on campus. Check it out.
I'm SM2 reporter Zion Cochran here at USM's Performing Arts Center, where the world-renowned Boston Brass Band Group is here performing. A one-of-a-kind musical group visited the Performing Arts Center on the University of Southern Mississippi campus in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. This certain group was the Boston Brass Quintet. The quintet has captivated audiences across all 50 states and in more than 30 nations around the world. The Boston Brass Quintet is most famous for their innovative fusion of music seamlessly merging the realms of classical grace with a contemporary flair. The quintet unfailingly pushes the boundaries of musical expression, continually collaborating with the contemporary composers to create an invigorating arrangement that fascinates audiences. I was lucky enough to speak with Boston Brass's very own Domingo Paliuca. He speaks on his experiences with joining the Boston Brass Quintet.
My name is Domingo Paliuca, and I'm the trombone player from Boston Brass. I'm from Caracas, Venezuela, and it's a pleasure to be here. I've been with Boston Brass this is my 10th year, actually, and it's been such a beautiful ride, and I think this is one of the best things that I've done musically in my life. The first piece that we play is Introduction and Vivace. It's a piece composed by Rick Dillon, and actually it's composed for Boston Brass and band. Beautiful piece. Then we did a brass quintet piece, Verano Porteño, which is Summer from the Port, by Astor Piazzolla. And then we did Malagueña by Ernesto Lecuona with the concert band, and it was fantastic. The band sounded amazing. So we're so happy to be here.
I'm Zion Cochran, and I'm signing off.
Thank you, Zion, and thank you for listening to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. Huge thanks to our audio engineer, Matthew Lee, and Alina Pitletsky, our video producer, for keeping this bird flying. Big shout out to our assistant producer, Huey Turlich, as well as our executive producer, Miss Whitney Howard, our program director, Shania Williams, and our GM, Dr. Wilbur Martin. I'm your Tuesday, Thursday show host, Skylar Angus Barker. Stay golden, Eagles!